Hello guys, welcome to yet another wonderful session of learning with Prepclass. My name is Tutor Olalekon Israel, your Prepclass English tutor, and I am super excited to have you join me in today's session of learning. Now in today's session, we will be answering questions from the Jamb English 2012 past question. Remember, the purpose of this session is to help you prepare for your forthcoming Jamb examination. So, without wasting much time, take a minute to subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notification so you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. Alright, let's begin. Now, there is an instruction on the screen. In each of the following questions 66 to 85. In the last video, we answered questions 66 to 70. So in this video, we will be answering questions 71 to 75. So, in each of the following questions 71 to 75, choose the options that best completes the gaps. Choose the options that best completes the gaps. Alright, let's begin. Question 71. One should be careful how dash behaves in public, shouldn't dash. One should be careful how dash behaves in public, shouldn't dash. A. One should be careful how one behaves in public, shouldn't one. B. One should be careful how he behaves in public, shouldn't he? C. One should be careful how she behaves in public, shouldn't one? D. One should be careful how one behaves in public, shouldn't he? So which of these options is the best to complete the gap in this sentence? Now, the answer to this question is option B. One should be careful how he behaves in public, shouldn't he? Although one is an indefinite or non-generic pronoun. However, the best option in this context is option B. One should be careful how he behaves in public, shouldn't he? In this context, one is a noun, which is the subject. One is a noun and can be replaced with a name like Daniel, which is another noun. So we wouldn't say Daniel should be careful how Daniel behaves in public, shouldn't Daniel? This has already defeated the purpose of pronouns. We can't say Daniel should be careful how Daniel behaves in public, shouldn't Daniel? So we cannot say one should be careful how one behaves in public, shouldn't one? This sentence is not fluid until the nouns one or Daniel is replaced with a pronoun. And the only option with the same pronoun is option B. One should be careful how he behaves in public, shouldn't he? If he had an option like one should be careful how she behaves in public, shouldn't she? That would have been correct because the pronouns are the same, so they have to be repeated. We can't say one should be careful how one behaves in public, shouldn't one? That is not the fluid sentence. We can't also say one should be careful how she behaves in public, shouldn't one? No, we have to replace one, which is serving as a noun here, with a pronoun. We can't say one should be careful how one behaves in public, shouldn't he? One has to be replaced with a pronoun, which is one should be careful how he or she behaves in public, shouldn't he or shouldn't she? So the answer to this question is option B. Moving on, question 72. Dash a good leader must have two characteristics. Remember, we are to select the option that best completes the gap in this sentence. Dash a good leader must have two characteristics. Now looking at the options, we have different spellings for first and foremost. So which of these options is the correct spelling for first and foremost? Now, options A, B, C, and D, first was correctly spelled. But option A, foremost, is spelled as F-O-R-M-O-S-T. Option B, foremost, is spelled as F-O-R-M-U-S-T. Option C, foremost, is spelled as F-A-R-M-O-S-T. Option D, foremost, is spelled as F-O-R-E-M-O-S-T. So which of these options is the best, or which of these options is the correct spelling for foremost, first and foremost? Now, the answer to this question is option D, first and foremost. Foremost is spelled as F-O-R-E-M-O-S-T. When you say first and foremost, it means most importantly, more than anything else. So, most importantly or more than anything else, a good leader must have two characteristics. First and foremost, a good leader must have two characteristics. Alright, moving on, question 73. Remember, we have to select the option that best completes the gap in this sentence. Question 73 reads, we visited his house dash 3 times. A. We visited his house like 3 times. B. We visited his house for like 3 times. C. We visited his house about 3 times. D. We visited his house for about 3 times. So which of these options is the best to complete the gap in this sentence? Now, the answer to this question is option C, about. We visited his house about 3 times. Now, about in this context is used to make a rough estimate of something. How many times did we visit his house? About 3 times. We are making a rough estimate about 3 times. So the answer to this question is option C. We visited his house about 3 times. We roughly estimated the amount of times we have visited his house. Alright, moving on, question 74. Remember, we have to select the option that best completes the gap in this sentence. Question 74 reads, she was dashed the verge of tears. She was dashed the verge of tears. A. She was at the verge of tears. B. She was on the verge of tears. C. She was by the verge of tears. D. She was with the verge of tears. So which of these options is the best to complete the gap in this sentence? Now, the answer to this question is option B, on. She was on the verge of tears. When you are on the verge of something, it means that you are at the point when something is about to happen or is very likely to happen. To be at the point when something is about to happen or is very likely to happen. So this means that she was about to cry. She was at the point of tears. She was on the verge of tears. She was about to cry. So the answer to this question is option B. She was on. She was on the verge of tears. She was about to cry. Moving on, question 75. Remember, we have to select the option that best completes the gap in this sentence. Question 75 reads, everyone makes mistakes occasionally. Nobody is dash. Everyone makes mistakes occasionally. Nobody is dash. A. Nobody is incorrigible. B. Nobody is imperfect. C. Nobody is infallible. D. Nobody is indestructible. So which of these options is the best to complete the gap in this sentence? Now, the answer to this question is option C, infallible. Now, it means that nobody is incapable of error. If a person or thing is infallible, they are never wrong, and nobody is like that. People make mistakes occasionally. Nobody is perfect. It is not option A, incorrigible. When you see someone is incorrigible, they have a behavior that they cannot change. They cannot be reformed. It refers to a person or their behavior that is not able to be changed or reformed. It is not imperfect. Imperfect means what? Not perfect. Faulty or incomplete. The answer is infallible. Nobody is infallible. Everybody makes error. When you are infallible, you are incapable of error. You cannot make error. If a person or thing is infallible, they are never wrong. And there is nobody like this. People make mistakes occasionally. It is not indestructible. Indestructible means not able to be destroyed. So the answer to this question is option C. Everyone makes mistakes occasionally. Nobody is infallible. It cannot be nobody is imperfect. It would rather be nobody is perfect. So the most appropriate option is option C, infallible. Everybody makes mistakes occasionally. Alright, and with that, we've come to the end of this wonderful session. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button. Do not forget to drop your questions in the comment section. Also, share this content with your friends and loved ones. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of